Hey, pussy, are you still there?
I actually admire that you can actually be this fake. And like when the TV comes on, how you can just change. You're the scum of the earth.
Don't doubt me, I couldn't do it. The odds that I couldn't do it. Look at me now. Lebanon, Marvin, that's it.
Yo, we are back again, boys.
What up,
Yes,
biatch?
sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back. We are back again with part 2 of our St. Patty's Day special. Back again with some announcements for the UFC, and then a quick overview of this UFC Fight Night 89 in Vegas coming up. Well, welcome back, folks. If you're new to this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, the whole nine.
Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple
Podcasts. We're there.
Yeah, follow it. What the fuck are you doing? Follow that shit.
Yeah, man. What are you doing, man? Get it together. We're here for your entertainment and your fun. So if you do like MMA Twitter and you do like MMA podcasts, and you're not following us, you're likely missing out because we're not like anybody else. We're going to be raunchy. We're going to be stupid. We're going to have fun. Everybody else takes this shit way too serious. We're here for the long haul, baby. Let's get right into this fucking news, boys. First off on the news list, we have recent announcement last week. Jalin Turner versus Moicano announced for UFC 300 as the last fight. We may have brought that up on the last podcast, but I don't think we went into quite as much detail because I think it was like the last thing we talked about. But boys, our guy is fighting. Jalin Turner here, or my guy. I don't know if you're going to claim him, but
I like
my
him.
guy,
like
Jalin Turner's fighting.
I claim him.
And Moicano coming back into the scene again. And now this is kind of a big fight. This kind of turned into something very, to be honest, a fan fight. It's going to be very entertaining. I will say I'm going to go off a limb and say Jalin Turner takes it simply because I think Jalin Turner is the better fighter, not because I dislike him more. But yeah, no, I love this fight for 300. I definitely think it's a great addition. It's a great way to add the last fight to the card. And now that we've got UFC 300 coming up, we can just say, I mean, everything's locked in and settled, so we might as well just say the card now.
Yeah,
it's all finalized because I know everything's been kind of finalized now. So to kick off the night, Davison Figueiredo will fight Cody Garbrandt. That starts the night.
That's your first fight. That's early prelims first fight, 6 p.m.
What?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I'm almost mostly excited. Man, that's crazy.
I know.
One of the most exciting fights for me. What the
Me
fuck?
too.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Then we got Bobby Green, Jim Miller.
Jim fucking Miller.
And then Jessica, the Bulldog Andrade herself versus Marina Rodriguez. And then to cap off the early prelims, we have Jalin Turner versus Renato Moicano.
Right.
That caps off the early prelims.
That's your early prelims. Yep.
Then we jump into the prelims. We got Sadiq Youssef versus Diego Lopez.
That's
Holly Holmes versus Kayla Harrison, making her UFC debut. Calvin Kattar versus Aljamain Sterling.
Massive.
Fuck, dude.
And then to cap off the prelims, we have Yuri Prochazka versus Alexander Rakic.
You got Yuri on the prelims. That's wild.
That's crazy.
Prelim.
That's wild.
And then to start the main event, we have what everybody's bitching and complaining about because they don't want to give this man credit. My man, Bo Nickal, starting off the fucking main event versus Cody Brundage. Do I think it's kind of wild that he is starting off the main event with all those other fights on the card? Yeah, it's a little bit crazy, but whatever, dude. He's going to be a superstar.
Run it
no
up.
doubt about it. He's a future champ on the fucking. He's a.
I don't hate the move. I don't necessarily care. Huh?
You spelled his name wrong. The disrespect.
Oh, I forgot the
We know how Murky feels.
He's a future champ, dude. He's a minus 1,350 favorite.
I mean, dude. I mean, that's a lot of. The thing is, if he loses this fight and he's fighting after all those big names, it's like, wow, dude.
Oh, nobody will ever let that go, bro.
Yeah,
I think he destroys Cody Brundage. To be fair, in the first round,
I think he's going to destroy anybody you put in front of him as he progresses and gets better.
Yeah,
it's going to be very hard to beat him.
For the most part, yeah. I know that there was a lot of controversy on this, but I don't really understand why. Like, who cares? What does it matter to you that he's on the main card and Yuri isn't? Or
I mean if anything, you're getting fucking 8 fights for free.
Right. Yeah, you're getting You could, I mean, because really, if you think about it like this, dude, Yuri Prohaska. So let's take the main card out of it completely and just go early prelims.
It's better
Is
than any fight night we're having for the next
I was about
4
to
weeks.
say, is that not like one of the best fight nights you've ever seen?
Yes.
So it's like, and that's the prelims, early prelims. That's without this stacked ass main card with Bo Nickal, Justin Gaethje, Oliveira, Zhang Wei Li, Alex Pereira. Like, I mean, girl, come on. I mean, I don't really necessarily get the hate, but they did move Bo Nickal up onto the main card.
Yeah.
Good for him, bro.
I think they know. They know he's going to finish him. He's going to finish him. That's why.
It's going to be a breakout fucking moment.
Well,
start the night off. Yeah.
He's a big draw. He's a superstar.
Next. Then we got Gaethje Holloway. Obviously, we know that's going to be a banger. Zhang Wei Li and Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill. So that's UFC 300 in a nutshell. If you don't think that's the best, maybe all-time best fighting card of all time, you're tripping, bro. You're tripping.
Yeah, I mean, it's
shit is fucking stacked.
Yeah,
from head to toe. Hell of a good job from the top to the bottom. And when people were bitching about it, when they only announced like 3 or 4 fights, everybody's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And now you see how it's became. You're crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna cry during Holloway Gaethje. Dead ass.
Yeah, Holloway
going out, boy.
Yeah,
or it's gonna be a crazy decision fight.
Max Holloway's never been finished.
Oh, this is nuts. Yeah.
Never been finished. 3 fights with Volk, never been finished. I mean, he's been at the top of the top forever. He's never been finished.
Now.
He's fought the best of the best forever, never been finished. Poirier twice, never been finished. I mean, I know people are writing him off, myself included, but I think as it gets closer, man, we need to put some motherfucking respect on Max Blessed Holloway's name, bro. Justin Gaethje's a murderer, but I mean,
put a lot more respect on him when he fucking finishes Ilya in round 1.
Well, that ain't gonna happen, but that's gonna be the first time he gets finished.
I don't know.
I think Poirier subbed him. I think.
No, he's never been finished.
Jeez.
Nah, this is a decision.
Never been finished.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, we just saw fucking Cheetah Bear, a guy who's never been knocked down.
That's still the wildest stat.
Like, come on now, bro.
That doesn't make sense.
Pieced up. But anyways, all right. So that's UFC 300 in a nutshell. Yep. Speaking of what could have been at UFC 300, which would have been the biggest draw in today, could have been Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones, and we got the first glimpse of them sizing each other up yesterday. Tom Aspinall, ballsy enough, rolled up on Jon Jones on stage and tried to, he tried to test him a little bit, man. He put his head on his shoulder, kind of feel that reach out. I mean,
I didn't take that as like, I actually thought it was weirder for Jon Jones to
it's a strategy,
move
bro.
His hand, I guess, but it's not like he was like this testing his reach. He was literally a foot away from him. He was kind of like close.
Yeah, I think the reason why is because I saw a video too. Is like he did the same thing to Sergey when they went out there,
right? But that was at an arm's length. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference. Like that was at an arm's length where he was really measuring reach. Like I didn't. But either way, I mean that fight's never going to happen.
I don't think it is, and hate it or love it, if it does happen, Tom is going to make work of Jon Jones.
Yeah, we'll see. That's the thing.
No.
Jones, I think it's never going to happen based off of Jon Jones' reaction from them meeting yesterday, or when all those.
And I love Jon Jones; he's the greatest of all time. But dude, it's just not the right time for him to take that fight.
He's not
3 years ago, 2 years ago, even a year ago, I would have said Jon Jones is winning this fight all day long. Now,
he's got to take the fight or relinquish the belt.
He will relinquish the belt after the Stipe fight, 100%.
Yeah, they're going to give him the Stipe fight eventually at some point this year. He's going to main event a pay-per-view. He's going to fight Stipe, and then I think he walks away for good. And then, do you just make Tom Aspinall the undisputed heavy? Like, the heavyweight is so – that whole championship thing, they really fucked up by making an interim belt and then had no plans of having them fight.
Thinking there.
Yeah, without having any plans of the interim and the undisputed heavyweight champ fighting, it's kind of like – but I don't know, just based off of Jon Jones' reaction, he said, yeah, maybe one day. Yep, maybe. And I was like, nah, we ain't never going to see this. This is a fight that's never going to happen. Similar to McGregor Chandler, never going to happen.
I don't think it will either. I don't think McGregor.
That'd be a nice card, though. Both those fights were on there.
Yeah. There you go. That's a stacked fucking card. Hell yeah.
That's sick.
But so crazy. That one that happened yesterday. So like I said, as of right now, in the state of just looking at the two, Jon Jones is definitely at the decline of his career. You just see it in his face. I mean, he's old. He's older. He's been fighting forever. Tom's at the peak of his. He's not even at the peak yet. He could easily go down as one of the best to ever do it. He's easily in the heavyweight division, probably the most like.
Yeah, he's going to hold that belt for a long time.
Yeah, he won't. He's going to be hard to beat him.
He's going to hold that belt.
How good he is all around. He's one of the best all around heavyweights we've seen come up like that.
Yeah, he's massive.
I hope he gets crushed now. After last night,
he did say. I saw a follow-up video after he had left that event. After he had left that meet and greet, he was walking. He was eating food or something, and his buddy was filming him. And he said, I thought he'd be bigger. Talking about Jon Jones, I thought he was bigger because you could tell Tom Aspinall is bigger than Jon Jones.
Yeah,
and obviously that's not all that matters. But he said, I thought that he'd be bigger. He's like, but I guess when you're, 6'4" fighting at 205, you look a lot bigger. He's like, but I'm a legitimate heavyweight.
Yeah, bro. I don't think people understand how big Tom Aspinall is.
Yeah, Tom Aspinall is taller than Jon Jones and bigger than Jon.
Taller and bigger. And then if we didn't learn anything, what we just saw with Curtis Blades versus Jalin Almeida, you see how much bigger Curtis Blades was than Jalin Almeida. Dude, when you get to that's a fight I want to see next. I want to see that happen again. I want to see Curtis Blades, Tom Aspinall next.
I know Aspinall wants to get that back because he lost it based off a knee injury.
Yeah.
So
I want to see that fight next. So let's make that happen. But so some other announcements that came about. UFC 301 got two crazy announcements. We now have the fight of the main event will be Pantoja versus Steve Erceg. Number 10, Steve Erceg. Astro Boy came out of nowhere, gets what he wants. The UFC pushed him all the way to the title shot, boys. I love it.
Fuck it.
People hate it. How do you not love the fact that they're finally fucking making some weird ass shit happen? Like this fights like this are what changed divisions forever.
Shake it up, dude. This fucking thing needs to be shook. So let's go already.
That flyweight division needs some new blood. What are you gonna do? You gonna have Pantoja fight Moreno again, or you gonna have Pantoja fight Royval again? I mean, we're seeing the same fights over and over and over again, and we have for fucking years.
3 years,
in the
3
flyweight
years.
division.
God,
we watched Moreno fight Davison Figueiredo 4 times.
I know what the fuck.
What the fuck, bro?
That was brutal. Good fight.
You got Steve Erceg's 12-1. Yeah, he's ranked 10th, but he's got dynamite in his fucking hands.
I love him, dude.
Yeah, fuck it. Rock it out, dude. I don't give a shit. I love this.
If he does pull it off.
It's a good matchup, too. That's why they had a couple people they could have picked. They picked this one because it's a good matchup where this upset could happen.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did not give it to Muhammad Mokaev.
Oh, I know.
Especially after his last performance, dude.
Well, look at those last 2 performances. They fought on the same card. You had Steve Erceg fight on the same card as Muhammad Mokaev, right? Look at both of their performances and tell me which one you'd rather see fight for a title.
Erceg with 2 knockouts, Mokaev with 2 decisions, or 1 submission, 1 decision.
Yeah, I mean, so I mean, it's gonna be tough for Steve Erceg. He's going into heavy enemy territory, man. I mean, it's in Brazil. Pantoja. It's gonna be tough, but hey, fuck it. Let's see. I love it. I got no picks. I like both guys. I got no favorites. I mean,
I like both guys too. I'm a big
fucking Erceg goes. If Erceg goes in there and knocks his fucking top off, I'm gonna be stoked. If Pantoja beats his ass, I'm okay. Fuck it, Pantoja's the king. Too. Yeah, who cares, man?
I feel the same way, man. If Erceg does it, though, that's going to be sick.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you say here, though? If Pantoja goes out there, though, and does get a big-ass win, then you go, okay, this guy now has 2 wins over Brandon Royval. He has 2 wins over Brandon Moreno. He has a win over Kai Carr. Like the guy has ultimately done what Brandon Moreno and Davis and Figueiredo.
They beat everybody.
Yeah. So now you had the new guy, the new champ who's just dominating. Then you have guys like Tatsuro Taira coming up, things like that, which I know he's got a fight coming up as well, where he's fighting Tim Elliott that just got announced. Like, that's a pretty fucking big fight for him. Gets him right into the top 10. Then what do? Then you got a guy like him coming up. Well, you have Muhammad Makayev, Mikel Cape, like guys like that who are still there.
You have to give I know he got hurt, and I think that's why it got canceled before, but you got to give Amir Albazi at least the number one contender fight. He's dominant. He's ranked 3rd right now, but then other than that, like Muhammad Makayev hasn't really impressed me, but he's undefeated, right? Like, you're going to have to give him, he's going to have to start getting up there. I mean, there's definitely some up and coming talent in this division for sure. Steve Erceg has a chance right now to just really fucking shake shit up. I love it.
He's going to have the damn Sean Strickland effect of the damn.
Maybe it's possible.
Division.
If Manel Cape did not miss weight his last fight and fought, I think it would have gone to him, and that would have been good.
Yeah,
but you fucked that one up, bro.
Yeah, big time. He keeps doing that too. So I can't imagine that they have too high favoritism on Manel Cape right now.
Yeah,
I agree.
Like, I don't think he's getting them calls just because, like, you can't have somebody main event a pay-per-view that you can't rely on to make weight.
God, I mean, what a bad look.
If he misses weight as a main event on a pay-per-view, it fucks the whole thing up.
Yep.
Like, you can't risk it. The UFC can't risk that, bro. But keep it on 301.
So after all of those announcements, we get the biggest announcement of 2024. The King of Rio is returning for UFC 301 as the co-main event. Jose Aldo versus Jonathan Martinez. Holy shit, I did not expect that to happen. I don't know what the UFC did to pull him out of retirement to get him here for a Brazil card, but he's back.
I don't know how to
legend
feel right
himself
now,
is
dude.
back.
I'm
don't
still
know.
Processing it.
I know.
It's very weird.
That news just broke yesterday, right? During the UFC Vegas 88, it kind of broke on Twitter and stuff. Jose Aldo, Jonathan Martinez. I mean, listen, the card's in Brazil. He's going to be a co-main event. I mean, maybe they gave him some pay-per-view points or something like that, because obviously, like, who knows what they're paying Steve Erceg? Probably not enough to fight Pantoja for a fucking belt, but
probably maybe 150 or 200.
Maybe that's the justification for how you got Steve Erceg. Maybe you broke a little bit more cheddar for fucking Jose Aldo to get him out of retirement. So because you're spending some money there to get Jose, you had to get a 10th ranked guy that you're not paying a whole lot to fight. And now you get Steve Erceg, who's making, I don't know what, 20-20 or something. And I don't know. These are things, this is like the business side of things that we don't know, but it's interesting. It makes me wonder, did having Jose Aldo planned for Brazil affect the decision to have Steve Erceg fight in the main event? It's possible.
It's possible.
It is very possible. I just don't want to see Jose Aldo go out there and just get fucking clonked,
Yeah.
I mean, if that happens, then that's just like, fuck UFC.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
I'm so confused, man. Why? What's the motive behind this? Is it just one and done? What the fuck is this?
I don't know what he has to prove, dude. He's on the 80% of people's top 5.
Yes. He's on like the Mount Rushmore of UFC fighters, man. This guy.
And then you bring him in to fight on UFC 301, which where was this last year's Brazil card? You didn't have Jose Aldo fighting on it.
Yeah,
why UFC 301?
Yeah, I think just because it's Brazil, it gives a big name for a Brazilian fighter.
Those fans don't deserve shit. Fuck them, dude. They disrespected fucking Glover Teixeira in his fucking hometown when he was giving his retirement speech, dude. Fuck Brazil fans, dude.
Yeah.
Colby, they don't deserve fucking Jose Aldo, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, what did Colby come to say? This place is fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit. Like, dude,
Yeah,
that's
that was
fucked up.
Colby's
Like,
heel turn, I think, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all don't remember that when
Yeah.
they walked, like the whole stadium was damn near empty when Glover was giving his retirement speech.
I do, yeah.
Why? What the fuck did he do to
Because their
Brazil?
fans fucking suck, dude. Because he lost.
Because he lost, yeah.
Yeah. Because they're pieces of shit.
Yeah, there's been dominant. Obviously, we're talking about one right now. There's been dominant Brazilian champions in the UFC for a long time over the years. We have one now in Alexander Pantoja. I don't know, whatever. Fuck
Stick
it.
to
I'm
Fast
all
and
in
the
though.
Furious fucking bitches.
I'm all in for it though. I like it. Fuck it. It brings a big name, makes it interesting. Jose Aldo back. King of Rio returns.
He's back.
UFC 301.
The King of Rio's back. All right. Last fight announcement for the UFC. Chris Curtis stepping in to fight stepping in for Marvin Vettori, who's now injured, to fight Brendan Allen.
Yeah.
So now this gives Brendan Allen a chance to get that W or to get that L back, or get the double decker and give Chris Curtis now a potential shot at getting himself right back in contention for a top fight. So
yeah,
doesn't like tickle my gooch or nothing like that. But I mean, if there's anybody that's like Kevin Holland or Chris Curtis has always been that guy. Like,
yeah, Chris Curtis is ranked
ready to go.
Chris Curtis is ranked 14th right now in the middleweight division. Brendan Allen's ranked 6th.
Yep.
Obviously this isn't ideal for Brendan Allen. Marvin Vettori's ranked 5th, even though he hasn't fought and he fucking stinks.
So boring, dude. Such a boring fighter.
He probably shouldn't be ranked because he's so bad.
So what do you do though? Chris Curtis goes out there and knocks Brendan Allen out, beats Brendan Allen. Do you?
He's
put
top
him right
10.
Top 10?
He's top 10. Yep, he's top 10.
So
for sure.
Brendan Allen's gonna fuck him up, guys.
You can't beat. I think so, but you can't beat the 6th ranked guy in the world from 14 and not at least be top 10. You gotta be top 10. Somebody's losing that spot.
Some people say beat a rank, take a rank. Well, I've heard that fucking statement before.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he jumps in front of it's tough, man. You got guys like Jack Hermanson who just beat Joe Pyfer pretty handedly. Delice, Imavov, Paulo Costa. Like Paulo Costa's coming off a loss. I could see him jumping in front of Paulo Costa. I guess
Paulo Costa looked good, man, against
he
Robert
did,
Whittaker, dude.
And fought. Yeah. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, the middleweight rankings are so fucked. Holy shit.
They are, man. Brendan Allen has star potential too.
And I'm honestly starting to think that we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see DDP Sean Strickland again.
Really?
It really depends. I don't. Yeah, I do too. Strickland's been pushing it more.
Yeah.
DDP
the more
seems
I'm
to be open to it.
I think we may see DDP Strickland too. Yeah. And then I think what we may end up seeing happening is if fucking Pereira beats Jamal Hill like quickly, I think we see a quick turnaround and we see him and Izzy fight at
light heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
Izzy's too small for light heavyweight, even when he went up to fight Jan.
But he's been bulking though. He's been getting bigger. He looks
big.
I
don't know. It's just I remember when he went up to fight Jan, it like, man, he was.
But then you got to think Magomed Ankalaev definitely deserves a title shot soon, based on his performance against Johnny Walker. So it's like that's going to be hard.
He needs a fight.
Yeah,
he needs a fight.
Yep.
But then again, we got Yuri Rachik coming up too. We don't know how that one's going to go, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I think Izzy takes priority over any of them guys, to be fair, if they wanted to make that fight again.
Yeah, but I think if Brendan Allen wins this, so get back to this, Marvin Vettori is out, Brendan Allen, and that's what that fight is. What Vegas 90? So that's the first week in April, the Saturday before UFC 300. Marvin Vettori out, Chris Curtis steps in. I think if Brendan Allen wins, he gets top 5. He takes Marvin Vettori's spot.
He needs to fight Whittaker. I would love that'd be a great fight, dude. Robert Whittaker, Brendan Allen be so good.
Brendan Allen's putting himself. He's gonna start putting himself into them conversations, but he's gonna have to have a convincing win over Chris Curtis, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That'll help.
Yeah, like if it's a split decision over Chris Curtis, I don't know. It's gonna be a tough sell. Like, it's going to be a tough sell to give him, like, I mean, if, Chris Curtis is ranked 14th, not talking shit on Chris Curtis necessarily, but if Brendan Allen wins a split decision against the 14th ranked guy, okay, he takes Marvin Vettori's spot in 5, but then you give him that justification to give him like the Robert Whitaker's or the Jared. Maybe that's a good fight for Jared Cannonier to come back to.
Yep.
Yeah,
you know
true.
what I mean? Because then you get into
why didn't Jared Cannonier step in?
I guess he's not healthy, or maybe they didn't offer it to him. Maybe he's not
crazy.
healthy yet.
Like that's
Yep.
Either way. So yeah, next up on the list of topics, we have the veteran, the GOAT, the fucking hero himself, Mark Coleman, saving his damn family from his burning house. Tragically lost his dog. That's unfortunate, but I mean, got to call a hero, man. The man risked his life, put everything on the line to save his family, did successfully, and saved his own life, and ended up surviving.
Parents, saved his parents, and he survived it. That video, man, when he woke up and they were, started sobbing, crying. His, I can't believe my parents are alive. Oh my God, dude.
It's
just
amazing.
Incredible. Just absolutely incredible. And it seemed like for once, and it sucks that we bond over tragedy as a society, but for once I can't remember the last time this happened, the entire UFC community came together in an agreement like, fuck yeah, Mark Coleman. Like everybody joined forces to pray for this dude, to wish good things onto him and stuff like that. Like everybody was talking about it, every fighter, every fan, MMA Twitter, no matter where you were on the sides of the spectrum of your fandom, which never fucking happens in the UFC. Nobody ever agrees on anything. So
I will say this to add to that, what you were just saying, the guy who made that post about Cheeto and his daughter, the whole fucking UFC Twitter turned against that guy so fast.
Well, that's a piece of shit move too.
So like that was another moment where I was like, okay, we're all shit talkers and we all like to have fun, but there's a line that was crossed and everybody turned against that guy. But everybody was like, fuck yeah, Mark Coleman, you're a hero. And everybody joined forces for Mark Coleman.
And just so anybody that doesn't know what Dirty's talking about, I'm not even going to mention the guy's Twitter handle or whatever. We don't want to give him any kind of buzz or clout, especially for shithead remarks, but basically made a negative comment about Cheeto's daughter who has special needs. And said, something to the effect of like Sean O'Malley's going to make Cheeto look like his daughter type shit. Just, like, bro, I mean,
people like that have a one-way ticket to hell, bro.
Yeah. Like, dude, listen, this is the official MMA Degenerate podcast on fucking YouTube, Spotify. We hold no picks. We give no fucks, but like, yo, take it easy. You know what I mean? Like
that's where we draw the line.
Yeah.
We'll talk some shit and we'll call people whatever the fuck we want to, but that draws the line. We'll never go
like this is episode 60 or something. And like, I'm going to say it again. Khabib fucks his cousin, right? That's 60 episodes in a row that we brought up the fact that Khabib fucks his own cousin.
And his goats.
Yeah. And
Islam Makhachev may be an off breed of them.
Yeah.
You never know. So
right. Yeah. Islam's the offspring of a half goat, half cousin, half Khabib. It's like, this is like South Park's man bear pig. You know what I mean? Oh, shit. What are we talking about? But, listen, we like talking shit. Cereal. We like having, we like talking shit. We like having fun, bro. But some things you just don't, come on, bro. Come on. That dude deserves to get his ass beat.
And Mark Coleman's had a crazy year, man. Like he just got sober like last year.
Good for him. Fuck yeah.
And it's fucking incredible, man. He's the first ever super fight champion. He fought 3 times in one night, won that in the UFC. First ever heavyweight champion. Like the dude's a badass. The first ever. He's insane.
Hey, believe in what you want to believe in, but somebody's doing work for someone out there, and they're doing work for Mark Coleman. Gets sober, saves his family. I mean, good things that happen in that man's life. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Then, so I guess we'll kind of switch trajectories here a little bit and kind of
let's go into some gimmick fights, baby.
And then go into the fucking mob and talk about boxing. We got 2 fights announced. Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz. in boxing. I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't know the details. I don't care.
Will I watch it? Yeah.
I'm so mad.
I
I want to
care?
not watch it. I want to force myself to not watch it. I don't think I'm going to do that, but
This
I'm
should
that
be
mad.
MMA.
Like, this is stupid.
You know the thing is, bro, I don't think it's going to be exciting.
It's not.
It's going to be boring as fuck. I'm not going to, I don't think I am going to watch it.
They should have done this bare
Jorge's going to gas, and Nate Diaz can't finish people from standing. So it's going to be that. Patty cake for fucking how many rounds?
Yeah, it's, I don't know. Nothing about this to me. Like, I love both guys. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't know anybody that doesn't like Nate Diaz, you know, but like, I don't want to see him fight boxing again. The shit against Jake Paul was corny. Like it's just, whack. It's not even a real fight. It's a joke. It's stupid. I mean, you know, whatever, man.
Yeah. I don't really care too much about it. This one.
But if you don't know, now you know. Nate Diaz, Jorge Masvidal putting on the fucking 16-ounce gloves like old men and pussies do, and they're fucking fighting.
God.
And then the next one, like old men and weak men do, Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. This will be at AT&T Stadium, and it will be live and free on Netflix if you have a subscription, no pay-per-view required, which is, to me, I don't hate that. Kind of dope. Pretty cool to have the first live event on Netflix is going to be Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul.
So it's not the first live event, but first combat sport.
Combats. Well, that's what I mean. I don't give a fuck about Taylor Swift concerts or something.
Well, they had tennis. They did like a tennis thing with Rafael Nadal or whatever. But yeah, I mean, the fight itself, I mean, Mike Tyson's fucking 60. He's definitely dangerous still. But I mean, come on, man. What are we doing?
What we're doing is we're putting Mike Tyson in the position to literally solidify and save the world of combat sports.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Unlike Masvidal and Nate Diaz, I will watch this.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah,
I don't care
Mike
that Tyson's
Tyson,
60. I don't care that Jake Paul's gay. Like, I'm watching this shit. And the fight itself is stupid, but AT&T Stadium, live on Netflix. It's a combat sport live on Netflix. No pay-per-view. If you have a Netflix subscription, you can watch. I think I gotta give MVP promotions or whatever Jake Paul shit, bro. I gotta give him a little bit of flowers for that.
Yeah.
Like, dude, do you know they asked Dana White about it, and Dana White's like, yo, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Right? Because like we're signed to this ESPN deal, but now you start, okay, like, are we going to start opening up like you already have one championship on Prime,
Amazon Prime, yeah.
Right? Like, do we start opening the door to the Netflixes and all of that kind of stuff? I think we're kind of already there. Netflix, though, is massive. I mean, Netflix is bigger than any other streaming platform, to my understanding.
Which is crazy because I don't even really watch Netflix.
You know what's crazy, man? I was just thinking about this. You know how Dana White says he had this background in boxing, and that's why he's like a tough guy that owns a big promotion like the UFC. Could Jake Paul be the next Dana White? Could he buy the UFC? Could he do all this shit? He has the fights to back it up. I mean, who's next after Dana White gets old?
I don't think he ever is involved with the UFC. I mean, he signed a PFL technically.
Oh, shit, yeah. Oh, shit, yeah.
So I think
I don't know what
there
would happen to the UFC when Dana White goes.
That's weird.
Yeah. I mean, we got a long time before we start getting to that point. He's gonna be like a Vince McMahon. He's gonna be like a Jerry Jones,
Coach K.
Yeah, he's gonna be in his 70s, you know, rocking shit out, Joe Paterno style.
He can't be. How old is Dana White?
50s.
Yeah, definitely 50s.
Yeah, probably in his 50s. I mean, I don't think that's any immediate concern. We probably got another 20 years with Dana White, if I'm being honest. Yeah. Especially as serious as he takes his health and stuff now.
Killing cancer.
But again, like, you know, as much as I want to dislike 54. Jake Paul, how much? How old?
54.
54. Yeah, I mean, we got 20 years.
He's got 20 years. Yep.
Minimal. So as much as I want to dislike Jake Paul, and I do dislike Jake Paul, and I don't like these gimmick fights and they're corny, but dude, AT&T Stadium, that's massive. right? Like
is
any
massive.
live event in AT&T
Massive.
Stadium, that alone is massive. Then you put it fucking for free on Netflix. I mean, dude, like, that's all I'm saying. Like, you got to give them some kind of flowers for that. Like, you're making strides for combat sports in general. Indirectly, directly, you're opening doors for all sorts of stuff to be possible in the future that at one time, 10, 15, 20 years ago, you know what I mean? When people wouldn't even look at the UFC seriously, they looked at it like human cockfighting, right? And now look at where we're at. And just to think, you know, what's possible with combat sports in the future. And you got guys, I hate to say it, but you got guys like Jake Paul are the ones that are pushing those borders and pushing them boundaries. And
There's a lot of great things
is.
he's doing, man.
Yeah.
He's the underdog that gives you the courage that you might be able to beat anything. You didn't have to train your whole entire life to do this, and that's what's cool about him. It's never too late to start, and I like that message about him. But he does.
Now I will say this
things.
though.
I don't like to fight, but I like everything else about it.
Yeah.
As much as I think, you know, Jake Paul has the potential to win. I mean, clearly he's the fresher, younger, still going, but like there's no way that Jake Paul steps into that fucking ring and is not a slight bit intimidated at the fact that fucking Mike Tyson is standing across from him.
Yeah, it depends.
Yeah.
It really
No way,
depends.
bro.
It really depends on how Mike Tyson comes out, right? Like, I mean, he's 60 years old. Yeah, he looks great in the training videos, but like everybody looks great in training videos, you know, like
that power is still there though.
Yeah, everybody looks like they got power when they're hitting mitts and hitting bags. So, I mean, but it is Mike Tyson. He definitely still has some form of power. It's not, the Mike Tyson power that we once knew, but could he put somebody's lights out? Probably. Fuck yeah, probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
we'll see. But I just don't. There's going to be no way that Jake Paul's going to look across there and be like, "Holy shit, I'm standing across the fucking ring from Mike Tyson."
Well, think about his brother, right? Like we don't talk about this enough. His brother fought Floyd.
Well, Floyd's a little fucking leprechaun, dude.
Floyd's arguably the greatest boxer of all time. He's in that discussion and he went the distance. So like you're talking about, not that Floyd's a big finisher, but I mean, you stepped in the ring with arguably the greatest boxer of all time and went 8 rounds or 10 rounds.
Logan was also way bigger than Floyd Mayweather.
I'm just saying, how do you think you would do against Floyd Mayweather?
I mean, if I was fucking Logan Paul size and I could box, I would probably not be as intimidated as this.
Logan Paul can't box. Who is Logan Paul beating boxing? Who's he beat? Has he ever won a boxing match?
I think he lost to that KSI dude.
He's never won a boxing match.
Yeah.
Can't box.
He was way bigger than Floyd. Like that's
he just has size. That's it.
Like that fight was a fucking gimmick if you ain't seen one.
For sure. For sure.
I'm just saying, like that fight. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. They're all gimmicks, but at the end of the day, like, you go to your grave saying, "Yeah, I went 10 rounds with the greatest of all time." I mean, you can't take shit like that away from somebody's resume.
Fuck no.
You know what I mean? But whatever. It's all stupid. But listen, man, Netflix, AT&T Stadium, it's still huge. But I think that kind of wraps it up for the news portion.
Yep.
If
you have anything else that you know of, you want to drop it in the comments section of the YouTube.
Yeah.
Feel free. We'll catch up on that on the next one. But we can quickly do a quick review or overview of this upcoming fight card. Nothing spectacular. This one is kind of just there planted. It's an industry plant for the UFC to do 4 fucking back-to-back fight nights in a row leading up to UFC 300, which they had to do something. But big names on this card, though. I mean, you got 2 of the guys who were high contenders on the most recent season of The Ultimate Fighter. Kurt Holloway and Cody Gibson are fighting in the prelims, along with Muhammad Usman, Mick Parkins starting off the card. So that's just in the early prelims. And then in the main card, I think you have Billy Q stepping in to fight Yusuf Zallah. So that fight's going on.
I mean, you got Cameron Simon, Peyton Talbot. That's a good fight. You got Justin Tafa, who his brother, right? Is this the same one that just fought, or
his brother
Junior Tafa for him? Yeah. So
and
now you got Justin
Junior.
Okay, great. So they just switched them up. Perfect. You got a Tafa brother. They always bang. not the most skilled. They're like a Tai Tuivasa. I mean, you know what I mean? But they make entertaining fights.
Oh yeah,
and then the
knock
main
out
event,
anybody.
Amanda Ibas, Rose Namajunas.
Yep.
I mean, say what you want. We got back-to-back women's main events.
Yep.
If you like women's MMA, then you're on my side. If you don't like women's MMA,
You
you're
don't
on
like
Ricky's
women's
side.
MMA either. You just
I love
lie
women's
to the
MMA,
people.
dude. No, I'm not lying, bro.
Flip it.
We're here.
Flip it.
We're here to make women's MMA great again, dude.
It's never
Fuck
gonna happen.
You.
Kayla Harrison's the only one that's gonna make women's MMA great again.
Nah, bro. No shot. Raquel Pennington is leading the pack.
Ah.
All right, that's it. We're done. Subscribe to the YouTube, like the video, leave a comment. That's it. We're done.
But anyways, Amanda Ibas, Rose Namajunas. I mean, Rose, could she be past her prime? We're about to find out. Is Amanda Ibas on her way to getting back into that contention after losing to Macy Barber and getting a big win? Possibly, you know, but either way it goes, there's always one outcome if you end up losing in women's MMA and go on a skid. There's always one outcome in 2024, my friends, and that's OnlyFans. So whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Loser makes an OnlyFans.
Loser makes an OnlyFans. Like and subscribe.
Come on now.
All right, boys.
But yeah, boys, that's it. That's all I got. Nasty, anything from you?
Nope, I'm bonered.
You're bonered?
Yeah.
Me too.
Perfect.
If anyone didn't know, Nasty was he avoided me this week. It's kind of fucking crazy story. So I've never once in my life knew of a man who's willing to go the distance of getting in a car accident to avoid getting punched in the face. But Nick did that. So me and Nick on Friday, we were actually supposed to spar, and I was going to come to his gym
and do an open mat.
I was going to get in there. We were going to do open mat sparring Muay Thai. And then I get a text and he tells me, you know, hey man, I got in a car accident.
Yeah,
and my immediate thought was, wow, man, like you really had to go as far as to get hit by a car to avoid me in the octagon.
Oh, you
so it's kind of crazy, man. I mean, I can't make this story up. It's true. It's a true factual story.
It's true, but I'm calling that rematch Saturday, dog. I feel good. The doctor's
you don't
telling
get a
me not
rematch, buddy. You don't deserve one. You don't get one.
You're
disqualified.
You
backed out. You just pulled an ass loosa. That's what
you're out of ring.
Dude, yeah, you looked for the quickest way out and you took it. You son of a bitch.
Man.
You're the
I never thought you would go that far.
You're the fucking Marvin Vettori of Georgia. You son of a bitch.
It's crazy.
I'm just channeling my Vettori. My bad.
But all said and done, for real though, glad you're okay. Glad you're still here, rocking and rolling with us. So we just happy you're here, bro. I know you weren't avoiding me, even though I'm gonna say you avoided me for the rest of my life.
We have to put this
I've
camera.
Submitted you in a Kimura once, and now you avoided me in a fight. So either way it goes, I'm 1-0.
What? You are not 1-0, bro.
1-0.
We are not. And you are 99. And you are 1-99. You are 1-99,
baby. 1-0.
Oh, bad.
We're up. Right. We're up. All right, fellas. If you didn't know, subscribe, like the channel, blah, 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 blah. We'll catch you on the motherfucking next episode, baby. Peace out. Let's ride.